Hi, I'm here to talk to you today about teacher dispositions. Teachers have a really big job and some big shoes to fill. And to do that, they need to have an outstanding set of values built off the core foundation of the code of ethics in order to fulfill the requirements of the job that they have. The dispositions are a skill set, attitudes, and beliefs that take time and effort to build. Think about it for a second. How many hours a day does a teacher spend with your child? You want to know that that person spending this much time with your child has the highest of standards because they're going to spend as much time some days with your child as you do. Teachers who follow the dispositions of good teachers are the difference between just a good teacher and the kind who inspires and really makes a difference in a young mind. My name is Andrea Poser. I want to tell you about myself for just a second. I've been a paraprofessional in a school district for many years. I've worked in SPED, I've worked in ELL, I've worked in all different grade levels of classrooms, and I think I have some dispositions that will help me be a good teacher. One of those is just my responsibility to and competence within the profession. I've been doing this a long time, and I know that this is my calling. I've been in a classroom, and I understand, curriculum and data and the importance of reaching every child. I have a responsibility to my students, and I work with them not just in my classroom but in my community. I go out and I work with them in Vacation Bible School, and I spend time going to games and really getting to know them. I have cooperation and can work with all kinds of individuals with different cultures and backgrounds, and I understand a lot of how that affects how those kids are learning, especially with my base when I started out there in special education. I have management skills because I have 4 kids, and I've been doing this with kids for a long time. And I just really have this curiosity for learning and watching the kids learn, and I love to make it fun. I have a responsibility to my students of being caring and supportive. I set individual goals. Like I said before, I understand the diversity. I have moved through many different grades and many different levels of content. Some dispositions that I think I need to work on before I enter the classroom are my responsibility to the community through parent relations. I've been a paraprofessional and I've worked with lots of parents, but as a classroom teacher, you've got to be able to reach out to these parents, not just when they need it at conferences and things like when their child is in trouble, but keeping it open all the time and letting them know the good things that are happening with their children every day. And it takes a lot of work and it takes a lot of time just to build that skill, to build those parenting relations and skills that you have to have. I think that I probably need to work on keeping the communication open, not only with them, but with myself, and have a willingness to be honest with myself and reflection. And that just comes with time and reteaching things and seeing what works and what doesn't, and really being able to look at yourself. It's a skill you have to build over time to be able to say, that didn't work, you need to try again. Or, that worked really great. Let's see if we can build it into something else. I think another thing I might have to work on a little bit is responsibility with technology. Not that I don't understand the imprint that you have when you get on the web and put things out there. I understand that completely, and understand social media and all of those things. But I know that technology is changing very quickly, and that you have to stay on top of it. You have to do professional developments and rebuild those skills in order to best meet your students' needs and to stay ahead of where they're at. They're learning as much about these new devices as we are. Some qualities that I think professional educators should display. I think that they should just know their responsibilities and conduct themselves accordingly. We are in a position where there are so many young minds looking up to us. And we need to have a mindset that all students can learn and realize that even a little bit of growth is growth. And we need to set individual goals with high expectations for everybody. With students, we need to be caring and supportive. Look at those individual backgrounds in order to make cultural and meaningful connections to subjects for everybody. We need to have leadership values, be a part of our community, be proactive with parents, respectful to our colleagues, and listen to feedback, not only from ourselves, but from other teachers, from parents, and really take to heart what's working best for the kids. And like I said before, technology, it's such a huge part of today's world. Be mindful of our own personal imprint out there, allow access for all kids in the classroom, because those groups are really working for all of them when they have pieces that can keep them going and they're not sitting waiting because they don't understand or because they've already finished their assignment and they're high and they need more. So that all students get the most from everything that they're working on. And thank you for listening to me today.